Corey here. Wanted to share just a little bit about acceptance and how I believe that that's a really critical step. A lot of times it's actually step one in facing anything hard or challenging coming at us. Whatever that challenge or hard thing could be for something good or it could be for something bad coming at us. Accepting where we're at, it kind of goes in the line of thinking of my boot test that I do frequently of where am I at right now, considering what the day is looking like and what's coming up ahead. It could be what's coming at us right now. It could be something that we're faced with in the future. It could be a diagnosis. It could be a project. It could be anything in life. Like a lot of what I share, hopefully you get something out of it that makes sense in some aspect of your life, or you can relate to it, or maybe take something from it and use or share. But when it comes to acceptance and that being critical in anything, there's been a few examples recently of people that I know that are faced with some challenging things in their life, and I'm not going to go into their details. That's their personal business. I always feel blessed when I can be exposed and witness or be a part of things like that for people, because oftentimes it's either an opportunity to do some service work or help. Certainly in many cases, especially if they're people that are really wanting to move forward and really are going to take on their hard thing. So many lessons that I can learn from people like that. So I appreciate it, and I consider it a blessing when I can be involved, especially when it's people I know. You know, there's so many books and podcasts and people out there with so many good stories and so many great things to share, and I enjoy all that stuff. But when it's people I know, it's day-to-day, everyday people in your neighborhood, and it's different. You know, it hits you different. There's so many people doing so many courageous things right around us all the time, right around me all the time. And they may not write a book about it. They may not talk to their phone about it. They may not do any of that, but they're such an inspiration in how they go through things. So that's kind of my inspiration today of wanting to share something about acceptance. So when we're faced with something hard, accepting it for what it is, good or bad. And for me, that acceptance, for me, with my experiences in my life and for other people that I know, it isn't settling. It isn't accepting it in a way that, well, there's nothing I can do about it. It isn't being happy about it. It isn't succumbing to it, if that makes sense. What it is, though, is it's being very honest with ourselves. And again, I can mostly only speak from my experience, but it's being honest with me for whatever is happening right at this moment, accepting it for that. It is what it is, good or bad, whether I like it or not. Try to take the emotion out of it, which is a very hard thing to do, but look at something just straight as what it is and accepting that. If I don't accept that, I'm not going to move forward. And I don't think I will ever stand still. You know, I don't know that we ever really stand still. I think there's times we take a pause. There's times we do a boot test. There's times we reflect, got to get the shit out of my mouth here, but we reflect on things, certainly. And there are times where it's very important to take a step back and kind of assess where we're at and maybe make a correction. So not taking away from any of that, but I also don't believe we ever really pause in life, because life keeps moving, the clock keeps ticking. And I certainly don't want to regress. I certainly don't want to crawl in a hole or just give up on something that may be coming my way. So accepting, step one. There's a lot of things in recovery where that is literally the step one in the program, but there's certainly other things in life. And I hear a lot of things from a lot of people where that is a key component in being successful moving forward through hard things, is accepting it. So accept it. This is where I'm at. I may not like it, but this is what it is. And then the next question, or it could be like the next step would be, okay, have I accepted this hard thing or not? Step one, yes, I have. Okay. If the answer is no, then I'm going to fail. That's just what I think personally. And if the answer is no for somebody else, then it's probably a waste of time for both of us or all parties involved. Because if somebody isn't willing to do something about something, or if they are going to crawl in a hole, I'm not going to crawl in that hole with them. So step one, the acceptance. And then step two, a lot of times I think is, okay, now do I want to do something about it? Whatever this thing is, do I want to do something about it or not? And again, if the answer is yes, okay, we'll move on. If the answer is no, I don't want to do anything about it, okay, then there's that regression, or there's that crawling in a hole. There's really nothing positive that's going to come from that for me or anyone else. So really not going to spend time on that. Good luck with that. When you want to do something about it, we can talk. But if the answer is yes, I have accepted it, and yes, I want to do something about it, well then, all right, now we got some work to do, okay? And now we're going to do something, and we're going to figure out what that is. And if it's being faced with something that's going to change how we live physically in the future, do we have time to prepare for that? That's another thing. There's times where acceptance and answering whether we want to do anything about it, yes or no, sometimes we're just overwhelmed with unexpected things in our life that we don't have time to prepare for. That's kind of more the 1 day at a time, the 1 hour at a time. That's like survival mode. It's like, shit, I wasn't planning this. What am I going to do? And those circumstances and experience, certainly the same kind of mindset and thinking and steps apply, but they have to be much more real time. There isn't time to prepare. So I really don't want to move forward on this sharing about that. I want to more move forward with sharing about when we do have time to prepare for something. So, hey, this is coming at me, and it's going to change physically how I live. Okay, what do I need to do between now and then? I've accepted it. I'm saying I want to do something about it. I've got some time to prepare. I got to get to work. Maybe I have to modify my home to be able to live in my home. Maybe I have to look at other places to live because this situation isn't going to work out for me anymore. Maybe I have to look at other people, because in most cases, other people have gone through what we're about to go through. How do they live? How do they live with whatever they have? And then take the time to learn how to live like that, And I'm not saying any of this stuff is easy, because all of this stuff is extremely hard. But I can choose to do something with the time I have to prepare the best that I can. Again, this is not unexpected tragedies that are the world and life just shits on us unexpectedly. This is planning. So again, on the planning type of thing, what can I do between now and then to prepare for it? If it's something in business, and it could be exciting, good things too. It doesn't always have to be hard, bad things. There's a lot of hard, challenging, good things. But again, what do I have in this time frame, whatever it is, to prepare? And then break that down into steps of, okay, how do I get there? What's the next step, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing? And use the tools I have around me. Talk to the people that have been through it. Use whatever resources there are. What I have found is, if I'm willing to do something about any situation in my life, there is so much resources and tools and knowledge and people that I can use to get that job done, or figure out what I need to do next. So for whatever this is worth, if you get something out of this, I guess in a nutshell, the point is, here's a hard thing. Do I accept it or not? The answer is yes. Okay. Do I want to do anything about it? The answer is yes. Okay. How much time do I have? Is this an immediate life just shit on me thing? Or is this something I have time to prepare for? Okay. For this talk, we're saying we have time to prepare for it. Okay. What do I need to do between right now and whatever this time is it 3 months? Is it 6 months? Is it a year? Is it 2 years? Whatever it is, what do I need to do between now and then? Find the tools, find the resources, find the help, learn from somebody that's already done it, and take those things and then break it down into steps and things that I can do to get it done, and then get it done and go do the work. There's a lot of people that won't accept it, won't be willing to do anything, and then won't be willing to do the work either. So for whatever this is worth, if you get something out of it, I don't say this much, but if you like it, do the thumbs up thing. If you think there's somebody else that would get something out of anything on these, share it. If you want to subscribe. I don't know what the future of this thing is. I just know that it takes those things to grow anything in this platform. So I'd appreciate if you did that. Again, it's about acceptance, good or bad, whether we like it or not. It's step one. Take care.